It says we're going live. Hi, everybody. My name's Leah, and this is my husband, Aylam. Let me know if you hear us. I think we might be having internet issues, okay? So you have to know. And if not, we might do this another time. Anyway, we're going to start. Contra my opinion or my husband Aylam's opinion. We follow the Torah, we follow God and his morals and the spirituality that he gave the world and the blueprint he gave the world. This is what we follow. So that's how we answer questions, and that's how we try to live our lives. So we're going to start with a song, and let's do a fast one. Let's go.
Okay, this is a nice tune by Reb Shlomo Karlebach. You're welcome to join us. No words, but just beautiful music.
And anyone here, let us know if you see us and hear us in the chat. Hi, Brenda. Let us know if you hear us, okay? Hey, Fernando. Let me know your name and where you're from in the chat. I'd love to know who's here. Yay, okay. That's good. Now we're going to stay here. We're going to get into this, okay? And we're going to ask questions. Okay, I have an art shop, okay? And I have a lot of people email me and message me questions about tattoos. This happens a lot. First of all, whoever asks questions, we're going to at the end pick your name of this and send you a tote bag with the 7 species of Israel on it. I drew it, and I want to give it a gift. So whoever asks questions, I will rally it, and then give me your email. Okay, this is what you should do. Send a question, and then at the end, put your email, because last time I couldn't find the person that won, okay? So put your email. It's a cute tote bag with the 7 species of Israel. Okay, so anyway, let me tell you something, okay?
And shalom to all. Assuming you do, because some of you are already answering some of our questions.
Yeah, by the way, we love you guys. You guys are amazing. I don't make the long the videos to cooking videos anymore because I'm very busy, and I feel like my soul, it's more important to focus on, but I want to connect to you, so that's why we're here, and you guys are amazing. Hey, George, Boston, amazing. Okay, so listen, I have an art shop, okay? I get messages all the time. Could I put your art? Okay, I'm actually going to read the question, okay? I have it right here. I'm not going to say her name, but this is the question I got. Would you be offended if I got a design that I had in my art shop, translated tattoo on my leg? It's a beautiful design, and the tattoo artist would modify it a little bit so it would fit in the leg, but nice message I got. Now, do you want to know what I wrote back? I'm just going to read it, okay? I wrote, Shalom, thanks. Oh, wait, that's, yeah. Okay, blah, 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 blah. About tattoos, because she's Jewish, okay? Well, actually, I didn't know if she was Jewish or not, okay? Let me just say what I put. About tattoos with Jewish people, it's not allowed for the Jewish people from the Torah, to get tattoos, but not for non-Jews. They're not included in this law. Did anybody else know that? Joshua and Penny, hey! I hope you guys are doing great. Okay, so it says, let me tell you something. It's mentioned in Leviticus 19:28. Do not cut your bodies for the dead or put tattoo marks on yourself. I am Lord. So basically this means, let's say our body is not ours, it's God's, okay? That's why the Jewish people are not also supposed to be cremated. We have a soul from God in here. Everybody has a soul from God, and our bodies are a gift from God, okay? So let's say when you get a car, okay? You borrow a car. It's like, I'm borrowing this body from God. I borrow a car from someone. Is it a good idea to graffiti a car? Probably not. Is it okay to, you have a house and you're making a mess, you're babysitting the house, right? Could we fix and do different things that are permanent? No, It's not the best idea. So
If it doesn't belong to you, that is.
right. So our bodies don't belong to us. It's a gift,
So to speak, yeah.
so to speak. We have to do our best
Can I add
to be
something
healthy.
more to
Yeah,
that?
please.
I just read this morning. It's remarkable that this
Go for
topic
it,
comes
Rebecca.
up. That Rav Cohen Kook, who was the first chief rabbi of Israel, he says something amazing about our job as Jews is spreading the idea of demolishing death. There's not going to be death anymore in the world.
Yes.
Death is going to
Amen.
go.
Amen.
And he says that in order for us to be the ambassadors of this idea, among other things, we've been giving in the Torah commandments that have us step away from being so focused on death. So it used to be in the past
Okay.
that when somebody would pass away,
Right.
one of the culture things that they used to do is to engrave their either their name or the picture of their figure on the body. It was actually
non-Jewish people with like a tattoo
it
for
was
death?
like
Okay.
it was like a certain cultural thing,
Right.
ritual
Tattoo
to
before
tattoo
death?
the person after they passed.
Wow.
And so that was one of the reasons that he gives for that we do not want to do such a thing to ourselves, because we don't want to be permanently connected to death. We want to believe that we
Yes.
believe that there was going to be a resurrection of the dead, that
Yeah.
everybody who's done good in this world is going to come back. And that's what we want to focus on. We want to
Right.
focus on life, not on something that is connected
Right. We don't want to
actually
like.
to
Well, the okay. So Jewish people, we do not get cremated. Okay. So we get buried like a seed in the ground, and there we can bloom, and we're supposed to we're coming alive again. Okay. So that's why we don't cremate, and that's why God says not to tattoo, because the body isn't ours. It's made for a big purpose.
Right.
Okay. So that's why. So when someone asks if they can have a tattoo with my art on it, again, it's not my opinion. I look to the creator of the universe to see what everything I do in life comes from that, because that's important for my soul to be connected to truth and to holiness and to hopefully happiness.
right. And by the way, just for the record, this rule Jews as those who are religious,
Right.
because
the lady says
it's a-
I'm not religious, so
because
it
it's not so much
doesn't
to do
matter
with
for me.
whether you're religious or not. We're still children of God, and this
Right.
is a special mission that we've been given. So we believe that's important that everybody knows. So thank you.
But
for
first of all,
family
okay.
that have tattoos on their body,
Me too, Jewish,
and
right.
they don't. And one of them, I'm
Has
not going to
no
say
idea.
who, didn't know at the time the importance of not having them. Okay. And what I told this person, because she's religious, is to wear them in pride. Why in pride? Because at this point, she's now on her way to observance. But back in the day, she was not. But this is actually showing
It's
that
like
she's
a path.
moving from the.
And he's religious. He went to the mikvah before Shabbat. Tattoos everywhere. He's always so embarrassed. Okay, the mikvah is a ritual water you go to purify yourself before Shabbat. An old man goes up to the people and shows him his arm and has tattoo of a number here from the Holocaust and says, "Look, me and him both have passed, and we're here today." So do you understand the story I said?
Yeah, they both had tattoos, and they both had some serious
and now we're
paths.
here. It's okay.
Now we're here. Yeah, move on.
Yeah, it's okay.
Yeah.
It's okay. We're so anyway, that's the story about tattoos.
Yeah, there are some people that I know that have done operations to try to remove the tattoos. Laser.
It's very
But the
painful.
truth is that you're not held accountable for the time that you didn't
Yeah.
know. And if it's something that you cannot remove, and you cannot put away, Hashem forgives for that time.
Yeah, that you didn't know. And it's good to teach people. It's funny. I always knew growing up that Jewish people should not get tattoos. I always knew. I wasn't religious, okay, but I always knew that. But I was thinking one day, if I ever got a tattoo, the only thing I would get is like something Jewish. That's the only thing that matters to me. I mean, even when I wasn't religious. So it's just funny. But anyway, and let me know if you guys hear me.
I assume they do.
No, don't worry. If you don't know, then okay, listen to me. If you don't know, this is the connection to God, okay? And then you break it when you don't know. And then when you know, it's tied together. When as we all know, if something's tied tighter. So after you know, you're tied tighter to God. So may God help us be connected to him in good ways. And Josh, do you guys hear us and Penny? Let me know. Okay, Brenda, good.
There he was. Good.
So-
we were doing sound testing before, and it wasn't so clear.
we couldn't
So
hear.
we're just checking.
Right,
Also,
okay.
a few times before, it was we were cut off in the middle. It was crackling. Very happy if it's working
Right,
out this
right.
time. Okay.
Okay.
Next question, Leila.
Okay. Okay. We get a lot of questions about if I should convert. How do I know if I should convert? Okay, I got this question. Sally. She asked, "How should I know if I convert?" I guess she's very interested in Judaism, and she's trying to think about it. So, what would you tell? What would you tell her? What would you tell anyone out there who wants to convert to
World. Thank you so much for asking this this question. First of all, what is God's mission for humanity? That's, I think, is the real big question. There is a thing that most people are not even aware of called Noahidism, which means Noahides.
Okay,
Noahides. Noahides know about it, but many people are not aware of it. That there is such a thing. That the 7 laws that were given to Noah and his sons after they left the ark, and that those laws have like a whole what do you call it? A daughter religion of Judaism for non-Jews.
Hold on,
Now,
daughter of Judah. No,
yeah,
first,
like,
hold on.
say,
Wait, hold on 1 second. First it was Adam and Eve. Okay, 10 generations later was Noah.
Correct.
Okay,
Noah
there's no Jews yet.
Right.
Okay, so
no Jews yet.
Noah had 7 laws, and everyone keeps these 7. Is that true?
Correct.
Because there was nothing, no Jews, no nothing yet. Okay.
Correct. Later on came Abraham and the Abrahamic family, and out come Yaakov and his sons, and that's what really starts. That's what really starts Judaism, and
gotta hide our mess.
received
This is my mess over here. Okay.
Later, we received the Torah on Mount Sinai, and so the question is like this: if you are aware of the fact that there is that you can be, You can
fulfill your purpose.
You can fulfill your purpose, and you can have a connection with the God of Israel by observing these 7 Noahide laws. And there's nowadays there's also explanations from rabbis about how to keep more of that, what to do, how to pray, how to be connected to Hashem. If you're aware of that and you still feel that you really are a part of the Jewish nation and you want to be and keep more laws, be living in Israel, doing something.
That's a lot of laws.
Yeah,
it's not. Yeah.
Then sure, yeah. Then maybe your part is with the Jewish nation.
And I think if your soul,
but why am I saying this?
Right.
Because a lot of people, I think, assume that the only way to be connected to the Jews and to the God of Israel
Judaism,
is to convert.
Right.
And it's sort of black or white. So it's very important to be aware of the fact that actually Hashem, the God of Israel, is interested in the entire world observing Judaism also for non-Jews, which are the 7 Noahide laws, and the expansions of them, which we could share also a link.
Which is the whole. It's the humanities laws. The Jews keep these 7. Keep the 7, go to heaven. Okay, that's what Rav Spector said. May he rest in peace.
Yeah.
1 second. And if your soul is meant to be Jewish, nothing will stop you. Okay, but we need non-Jews in the world, holy non-Jews. Now, holy non-Jews can live in Israel. If they don't want to kill the Jews, they could go to. There's a lot of things they can do. So it's amazing. Let me know if anyone has questions. So what's the question? Okay, convert. Okay, so what is converts? Mm-hmm. It's not so simple and so clear. Okay, because to be the whole world hates you. To be a Jew means you have to keep 613 mitzvahs when you only had to keep 7. To be a Jew means that you get a new soul after you come out of the mikvah. You're a new person. You're born like a newborn baby. To be a Jew means you have to, one of the mitzvahs is to live in Israel. To be a Jew, you are accountable to 613 laws rather than 7.
Yeah.
Right. Sure. Rather than 7.
No,
so
Mary actually asked, is it difficult to convert to Judaism?
Right.
And do you think someone who is older can convert?
Right.
We know quite a few ladies that converted to Judaism quite late in their lives. We were living in a community a few years ago called Bat Ayin, where there is a girls' school. Many of them come from around the world to convert, and there are quite a few ladies that have converted there that are not so young. It's not a matter of age. In fact, I'll even be honest that sometimes the rabbis will be more open to accepting a person to convert later on in life when it's clear that it's not for a relationship.
Right. They don't want you to convert to marry someone Jewish because that is not your. Okay.
That's not on its own enough to show that.
By the way, I just deleted someone. They said gross things because that's what people do. I deleted it, right? Oh.
Yeah.
Okay, good, because we don't need negativity. Anyway, he said we're demons.
Okay.
But what I was saying, okay, hold on. Okay, and what you should do is try to contact an Orthodox rabbi in your neighborhood, a Chabad, or somewhere to go to have them answer your questions. Now, the Jewish people are unlike Christianity or Muslim trying to convert the whole world. God forbid. We actually shun people who want to convert because we know how hard it is to be Jewish. It's a very beautiful life, and it's amazing, but it's not easy to be hated, and that's okay. I don't care because God is the only opinion I really care about. So what you do is you find a local Orthodox rabbi because you have to convert. What is Orthodox? Orthodox is following the Torah, and we're only Jews because we got the Torah. So you have to have a kosher conversion. So to first, I would say go find a rabbi, Orthodox rabbi who's local to you, so you can go and ask questions before you even think of converting, because they can answer a lot of questions. They probably have a lot of experience, and you have to. It's a minimum a year. They want to know you go through all of the holidays, the Jewish holidays. So you have to wait a year to convert. You have to live in a Jewish neighborhood, and there's a lot.
There's a lot to learn. There's a lot to be immersed in before really being able to live a full-fledged Jewish life.
Yeah,
I can
one
tell
of my
you
best friends. We have a best friend today who came over.
Right.
Who was converted. She says it could take. You want to convert, it could take minimum a year, okay? But usually it could take between 1 year to 5. Meaning, why do I say a year? A year from you make the decision. Yes, and you go in front of 3 Jewish rabbis called a Beit Din, a court, and you have to start the process there. It can be very intense because being a Jew is intense.
Yeah.
So that's what it is. Hold on. But yeah, you could be 119 and convert. Yes. Oh, I know a lot of people like that actually. But they were like, she was like 70 and she converted. Yeah.
They allow wigs. That's an interesting comment there, Raka Kasher. I don't know if I would say that wigs are avodah zarah.
Well, it is because hold on. It is because it comes from places that they cut off for. Yeah, it's a. I know. I think I know what you're talking about. There's places in Asia and places where they're praying to a statue, and part of the thing is to cut their hair, to shave their hair, and then that they sell it. So yeah, that's the problem.
But it's okay. But it's not that they like this.
Well, they could say
it's opening up a whole other topic. But there are but generally our rabbis say that there are certain behaviors that would be considered it's considered forbidden because they're used in idol worship ritual, but because they are. But if it is something that's like a general behavior that many other people, no, not that you elevate, that it's a general like idol worshippers used to breathe, because it is common enough to wear wigs also in other contexts. Not considered that this is specifically an avodah zarah, an idol worshipping behavior. That's in response to the whole thing with wigs.
Right, okay, I agree with you. Second of all, so Baba Sali says no wigs. Yes, the Sephardic community is against wigs for a lot of reasons.
Right, it's also a matter of sniut, of what do you call it? Of
modesty.
Modesty.
We cover
because some rabbis will say also that when you're wearing a wig, it's not so clear that it's not your own hair, and the whole point of it is covering the hair, and so the woman is
when you're married. Yeah, you don't cover the hair when you're not married, okay? Or if you got divorced, there's a reason to cover the hair, because what happens at the chuppah is that there's so much light coming from heaven, and so the woman is not the same anymore. Something happens in the crown area of the head, so that's why we cover it. So even if you're divorced, some people decide to cover it, keep it covered because something so holy happened, and that's why we cover our hair, and we cover hair because everything, it doesn't need to be revealed. The only thing women and married women that's fully revealed is for the husband. We live in a world where everything's revealed all the time, and we're trying to keep this a world that is healthy, so that's why we do it. What if you're a widow? That would probably be the same thing I said for divorcee. A lot of women, what they do is they ask the rabbis or rebbitzins, and they talk about it. Some people uncover their hair, especially if they want to date again after they're, God forbid, a widow or divorced. Some they wear wigs, or they uncover their hair when they date again to feel better, and some keep it covered depending on a lot of factors. So
right.
So
right. So, but we recently, Leah recently came out with a T-shirt on her on her store that was very funny for a lot of people. We got this interesting comment. It's a shirt that says "Jews for cheeses."
Yeah, on
it's
Shabbat.
A bit of a joke on the known phrase, and it was for Shavuot because in Shavuot
Jews
we eat
for cheeses. Yeah.
Correct. So that was I saw one comment.
Hold on the holiday of Shavuot we eat cheese because we just got the Torah and we knew, oh no, we can't eat meat because we have to separate milk and cheese. So cheese is easy, so let's eat cheese. And so on this holiday of Shavuot I made a shirt with cheese.
And then somebody said, is that a typo? and asked what's the problem with Jews for Jesus. Okay, I saw that. Did you see that comment? Anyway, it's just interesting. Like, so that's a big question. What's the problem?
Why don't Jewish people believe in Jesus? Yes, that's
right, because he was originally Jewish.
Right, Jewish.
And what about the option that he is we get this a lot. They've seen it also on many other channels.
Yeah.
What if he's the Messiah?
Right.
What is our problem basically with Jesus? Right. So I'll say one thing because it's a very, very big topic and we can't delve into all of it right now. But I'll just say one very interesting thing that I heard. That besides all the issues revolving idol worship and besides the long, many, many years of persecution by Christians when we were in the diaspora, the main reason why the rabbis shunned Jesus back in the day was the fact that he said that he was not coming to fix the world or the nation. He's just coming for the souls, the individual souls that wanted to be redeemed, but he's giving up basically on trying to make the world as whole, the political realm, the country, a better place.
He's trying to save souls.
And that was like a very big cutting point where the rabbis basically said, okay, so you're on your own.
But he basically,
and it was like, that was like what
the question is, do Jews believe in Jesus? Yes, we believe he existed. He's written in the Talmud and the Torah that he was a Jew, an Orthodox Jew, who went to his rabbi to ask a question, and the rabbi was saying, Shema Yisrael, and they're not allowed to be interrupted. So he was trying to ask a question when he was in the middle of the holy prayer, and he answered, so he left.
Well,
right?
Or one of the one of the commentaries there say that he took a stone and bowed down to it. But regardless of all the stuff, regardless with all that, I think that one of the main points of understanding, because there's a lot of people that will claim nowadays that Jesus is the Messiah, is to understand that the Messiah is not just a person coming down to this world or in order to save individual souls.
Right.
He's coming to fix the entire world politically. If it means to go through war, if it means to go and make big changes how socially things are run, he's coming to make this whole planet a better place. And that has to be part and parcel of the whole picture.
Right.
If in theory a guy shows up and his name happens to be Yeshua, and he builds Joshua, when he builds the holy temple, and he fights wars.
You have to have you have to build the holy temple. There has to be no more wars. Yes, in gathering of the Jews, all over the world. That's 3. Okay, hold on, 4 more.
You remember
hold this? The gathering of the Jews. God, I know.
There's
7.
There's trials against the wicked in the world. There is there's a lot of things. Let's just say, in general, there's a lot of bigger picture sort of things. Now, if whomever it is, the
Do you guys
Rambam,
hear us, by the way? Because
Yeah,
no, it's been a long time.
okay.
So.
The Rambam Maimonides says that if a man comes and performs all these different things, he can be counted as Messiah. But if he is not a king, and he does not build the Beit HaMikdash, and he does not come to fix the world, but he's only
everyone will
even
believe in him,
an amazing,
in
charismatic person, and he comes and he changes a lot of people's lives, it's not enough. That's not the Messiah. That's an amazing job, but it's not what we're talking about.
And second of all, the Messiah is a Jewish concept. It's not Christianity. When I first heard Messiah, I was like, oh my God, that's like Christian. What? That's Christian. I grew up like, oh my gosh, this is Christian. When I started learning about the Torah and what God said, that it's actually a Torah concept. It has nothing to do with the New Testament or Christianity. It has to do with Judaism. Anyway. Yeah. What is Judaism? It's the first quote. Hold on one second. What if you already died? You can't be Mashiach. Right, yeah. Hold on one second.
Right.
Yeah.
Good point.
Yeah, if you died. Hold on. Okay. So the Mashiach, Messiah, is not God. It's a person. It's not divine. It's person. Just like Moshe Rabbeinu was the highest thing ever. He was not God. He was very holy. Okay. So we do not. One of the 10 Commandments also, why we don't believe in Jesus as God and split in three, like God could be split in three, is because the 10 Commandments we're supposed to believe in one and only God, not God split in three, and we're not supposed to idol worship. And that's also for non-Jews. We're not supposed to do it either. So that's why we don't believe in a person. We believe in our creator of the universe. And it's very important because some people want to make Jews believe in idol worship, and that we cannot do that. A lot of okay, not street, but it's close, and they're doing it in Israel too. And enough in number, you know what I mean? It doesn't need to happen to
Brenda, let's hop 1 second to questions here. Brenda Jones asks, what if you're a widow? Are you talking about
covering
the wig?
The hair.
Covering the hair? Right. There are some women that will continue covering their hair after they're widows. It is not required by halakha, by Jewish law, to do so. But there are women that will do it because of like what Leah, my wife, said before, with the light coming down on the chuppah, it remains with you even after your husband passes, or heaven forbid, or divorce.
We have no idea. We live in the middle of a mountain, middle of nowhere, with not such great internet, so we don't know. I have a question. Okay.
Hold on a second. Let's just see if they do.
Well,
but it's just,
I just want to keep going because whatever they do it down, that's all.
Okay.
Okay. Question: Vegetarian or being vegan is best for kosher life. There's no need to worry about slaughtering, the animal. Hello, Josh. Josh, you won a challah cover last time in the live, and so give me your email and I'll send it to you. Okay, you have to give me your email, Josh. Okay, so the question is vegetarian and vegan the best way to go kosher wise, because you don't have to slaughter animals in the kosher way? Now, who was vegan for 11 years?
Wow, great question. So I'll say this. First of all, there are quite a few rabbis that will say that there are some rabbis who will say nowadays that it's true that the best way. Yeah, you did.
You didn't know. Wow, I didn't know. Josh, you won a challah cover. I couldn't find you. I messaged, I don't know who. And so leave me your email so I can get your information to send you a challah cover.
Great. Awesome. He's coming to Israel. Fantastic. Okay,
oh great. My gosh.
Please stop by.
Stop by. This is also what I do too over here.
Right.
L'chaim. Yeah.
Old Jew generally that if you eat meat with the right intention, or anybody there's any Jew that eats meat and animal products on Shabbat is raising that food stuff, that animal into a higher realm. It's sort of like we believe that the animal becomes part of our bodies, becomes more human, and actually has an elevation. And in the time of the Beit HaMikdash, the animal, they want to be slaughtered because they knew that there's going to be an elevation.
Right.
However, I also heard this, that nowadays the animals are not so keen on that happening because they don't know if there'll be an elevation. They don't know if they'll be eaten by somebody who merits to actually raise them up, or is just behaving animalistic himself. And then there's no reason why they sacrifice themselves. And of course, and one last thing, and of course, I am personally against and believe that it's very important to notice is that the animal farming, that the mass production of meat and the way that the animals are treated is not good.
It's not kosher.
It shouldn't. Right. It shouldn't even be given.
Yeah, one of the mitzvahs is that we're supposed to take care of animals sometimes before us. Right. That they eat, we feed the animal before us.
And not to cause baseless harm to an animal. It's called in Hebrew Tzar Ba'alei Chaim, the history of animals.
613 mitzvahs.
Right.
That.
And
also for non-Jews, they cannot eat. They don't have to slaughter an animal in the kosher way, but they cannot eat a live animal that's alive that they didn't kill.
So that's a part of a basic way of not harming animals. So anybody that has access to organic meat or to free range
or
anything that like that is actually really better. And if any few actual obligations.
There is a lot. Hold on one second.
Meat.
Well, the Jewish people are not supposed to eat pork, okay? And we're not also the same mitzvah. We're not supposed to eat bugs. So when a Jewish person, a lot of non-Jews eat bugs. Like you go to China, they're eating squirrels stuff. So I don't know about non-Jews. I think it's okay. But Jewish people are not allowed to eat bugs, even a little one. I mean, okay, we do our best. So we have to look. So there is an issue being vegan and vegetarian and eating tons of greens. The issue is you have to take a lot of time and clean your vegetables. What you do that's special, you have to put baking soda.
How do you do this?
Okay.
You take the lettuce and what?
You have to what's it called? Vinegar or baking soda, not the same. What's it called? Or salt, okay? Right. Maybe all three, I don't know.
Baste your veggies.
You have to let it soak for about 20 minutes, and then you rinse it 3 times, and then we double check if there's bugs. So eating one bug is like eating pork, okay? So we can say that vegetarian veganism is great and easy to be kosher, but actually it takes forever to check greens. Thank God we have greens growing. We try to grow, and it takes me forever to check for bugs.
Thank God, or you send me to do it.
Yeah, he's there for hours. I just check. Who's the year Cohen? Who's that?
Interesting. Send the picture. I'll
Do I look like him too? Just kidding. Okay. One more thing. Okay. There's someone who raised chickens and they slaughtered it when you go to the chicks.
Oh, it does?
Yeah. Okay. It slaughters chickens. And one chicken was running around. Okay. It did not want to get slaughtered. Running around. And then the Jewish slaughter person said, don't worry, you're going to be eaten on Shabbat. And it was up on a tree. It was like something crazy. And the chicken literally walked down the tree and went over to the slaughter guy. Once he was told, don't worry, you are going to be eaten on a Shabbat. We give this meat to a place, a Jewish deli that sells. It's going to be on Shabbat. We're getting so right. Okay. So yeah. 1 second. Oh, it's a singer.
Oh, okay.
Okay, we'll check him out.
Oh, I think I know who you're talking about. Sure. From Bahrain? Yair Cohen?
Really?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah. If it's the same Yair Cohen, sure. I'm actually, I used to be good friends with him.
That's funny.
Hold
on. Yeah. Have you ever tasted?
Can you, before you next question, pass me my coffee too?
Oh yeah. Okay. Okay. L'chaim. Let's do l'chaim. You know, we say a blessing before we drink. I'm going to say it to you. Okay. This is the blessing we say. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam shakol niyeh b'dvaro.
Amen. I've already made a blessing, so
I'm teaching them. Yeah. Thank God for everything that we, before we eat something. We know we have an after blessing. So not just like, thank you, God, that was good, bye. It's like, thank you, we drink it.
That's happy. A good point, Joshua and Penny. How about a song break?
Okay, what song you guys want to sing? Let's see. Let's go.
All right. Should we do Och Yamim?
Sure.
This is a little bit less familiar, but it's a really good song, so we're gonna sing it. It's happy. Okay. And the words are in Hebrew, Orech Yamim Asbe'ehu Ve'arehu Bishuati. I will give you, says God, I will give you long life. Amen. And I will show you my redemption.
Amen. Try to hit this table, then it moves.
Orech Yamim Asbe'ehu Ve'arehu Bishuati.
on this one.
Our Father is alive.
Yeah. I have a question, Aylam.
Yes.
Why don't I sing? Well, first of all, I have a horrible voice. Why don't women sing sometimes if they're Jewish?
Why don't women sing?
Why don't they sing in public? I had that question before.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you.
Why don't Jewish women sometimes usually sing in public?
Right. It is considered simply not modest for a woman to sing in front of men,
Okay.
specifically, because it's supposed to be a little bit seductive. Because the voice is something that actually causes catches attention, and something that's it's notoriously used
Seduce.
to
Seduce.
to seduce to make a man excited, so she keeps it for her husband. Similarly, as she
like
keeps,
that, like that,
exactly, like that. Right?
It's for you.
But then I've had a rabbi before that said that the kindergarten teachers that sing along with the kids, that's no problem. There's nothing seductive about that.
Well, it's funny.
And also verses. Also, it's important to know that there are many rabbis that say that if a woman is singing verses or singing
of Torah, she's singing holy. Okay.
Right, or if it's a mixture of voices of men and women together singing like Shabbat songs, for example.
Right.
There are rabbis that permit that because it's also not like a woman standing up and
performing,
and flirtatiously singing to men.
No, it's funny. I didn't really understand. And then I remember in high school I read a story. Okay, I don't know what it was. It was about women like mermaids in the water, and they were like sirens seducing by singing. And I'm like, oh my God, yeah, I read about this. That the singing for a woman is very attractive, right? If she sings well. So again, the Jewish people are very into keeping their family whole and keeping them happy together. And so we do a lot of what's this called, like fences to keep our family together. So we dress modestly. We don't sing like seductively in public, and we cover our hair. All these things are not to suppress me, God forbid. It's actually to keep my family happy, healthy together. And and that is the biggest thing.
And I think there's something that a lot of people sometimes miss, especially nowadays, because there's such a big focus on feminism and women's rights, that the religious men also keep themselves with certain modesty.
Yeah.
You won't see actual Orthodox Jewish men running in the street without their shirts on,
like
when doing
short
sports,
shorts.
like in short, right? Like you'll see yourself most of the time covered to a certain extent of other women. But I know that it would be problematic to do today, even though I don't have that prohibition so strongly placed, that I will try to avoid doing things that will do.
Yeah, I mean, if you're just like hanging out with one girl and then you're singing a song to her, I mean, right?
Right.
What girl doesn't get excited about that? Right. Let me know if anybody has any more questions. I have one more here. Hold on a second. Okay, listen to this. I loved your video about sign language. I have a deaf son, and I'm trying to teach him more signs. Would love to see more of that from you. Okay.
Ooh.
So I don't know. Okay, does anybody know sign language out there? I know. Oh my gosh, let me tell you a story that just happened. ASL, American Sign Language. Mm-hmm. So I went to a store in Jerusalem, Israel, and I saw and heard a lady, and she was talking, I don't know, talking like she was deaf. Okay, so I said, "Hi, how are you?" And she's like, "I'm great." And we were signing and talking. She's like, "Do you live here in Israel?" best place in the world. I said, yes. She's like, you, she had tattoos and she write everywhere. You have to stay here. I said, yes. I love Israel, And she would talk about Shabbat. I think she taught me Shabbat. I don't know Shabbat. If anybody knows, let me know. She said Shabbat Shalom. And we're talking, and the manager came over and said, he didn't understand what's going on. He's like, do you want me to help you talk to her? I said, no, I'm signing with her. I know sign language. It was just really kind of funny. So I guess Israeli sign language is similar to American sign language. So that's good because every country has different sign language, if you didn't know that.
Yeah.
Shulchan Aruch is good one.
We had
hold on, sirens, huh? Yeah. Anyway.
Yeah.
Josh,
sure.
were you coming in Israel?
By the way, speaking with Rock Kosher, I don't know if you knew or if anybody else knows that they came out recently with a Shulchan Aruch, meaning a book of rules for non-Jews, for Noahides. Anybody that wishes to receive the link, we could put it on the chat later, on the video later.
Yeah.
It's actually a project that was done by my rabbi Uri Sherky, and he's got an organization called Brit Olam,
right?
And it's an amazing initiative to have a book of prayer and a book of rules, also for non-Jews, which expands a lot on also the positive sides of a Noahide lifestyle, not just on what you're not allowed to do, but also about how to conduct yourself positively in this world.
I have one more question. Someone asked, why isn't Mashiach not coming or redemption yet? Okay, I think it says somewhere. I think Rav Avodia Yosef said because there's 1 million Jews in Israel that don't know what the Shema is, and the Shema, is the holiest prayer we say when we die, when we go to sleep, when we wake up. It's like our national anthem. It's a spiritual national anthem. It says Shema Yisrael Hashem Elokeinu Hashem Echad. We cover our eyes because we're saying God is one, and we cover our eyes because this is all illusion. Okay, so we have to cover our eyes and look inside to see the oneness of God, to feel the oneness of God. So it's like spiritual thing. So there's a story. I just heard a story. We have a lot of soldiers fighting right now for the Jewish people, and they're giving their lives for us. And I pray for them every day, and the hostages. And one of them got hurt really bad and saw a bunch of Arabs coming to kill him. And so he called his dad. He's in the army. He called his dad and said, "Dad, I'm so sorry. I think this is the end. Could you tell me something Jewish to say?" And the dad says, "I have no idea." He's like, "Dad, I think I'm going to die. I need to say something Jewish." And the dad said, "Mezuzah." And so the soldier said, "Mezuzah, mezuzah, mezuzah," until he died. And he didn't know what to say before he died, and his dad didn't know. And this was told by his dad at his funeral. And so what am I saying? I'm saying that Jews, even in Israel, it's hard to know what it means to be a Jew, and a Jew is like our spiritual purpose, so it's important that we're all on the path of our spiritual purpose in this world.
I want to add one thing to this, that I heard something else of the reason why things are taking so long.
Right.
No, one other reason
right.
is that in the prophet Ezekiel, I don't remember the location right now. I'm sorry, I don't remember my Bible well enough, but he says that it won't be a fast redemption, the final redemption. And the reason for that I heard was that unlike in Egypt, that there were many open miracles. In the final redemption, Hashem, God, wants the whole reality, including nature, to take a part, not by pushing nature aside, opening the sea, splitting and letting us through, but instead he wants, so to speak, he wants everything to sort of like take a part in the final redemption, and the whole world is going to become a better place. In order for that to happen, it takes time, it takes process, and we see things happening all the time. We see amazing miracles. We see Jews. We see miracles happening in this world. We saw all those rockets thrown at us from Iran and intercepted. We see we see people awakening to
All around
what
the
they're
world,
supposed
basically.
to do, and
Yeah.
and at the same time we see a lot of like confusion and
Yeah.
hate and wars,
The darkness, yeah.
and it's all part of what's eventually going to be a big revelation that the
Yeah.
whole world is going to come to,
Mhm.
and understanding of how we're supposed to live together
Yes,
in
peace
peace,
and oneness,
and
and
everybody wears their part in it.
no more war. No more
It's just
war.
a matter.
Yeah.
It's just a matter of like these things, a process. They're taking time, and you have
Birth.
to have the eyes to see that it's part of
Birth.
the process.
They say this is birthing pains,
Right.
and when a woman is giving birth, she feels like she's gonna die, and this is what happens. And then suddenly the best thing in their life comes, right? This is the best day of my life. Well, you felt like you're gonna die a minute ago, so okay, this is what's gonna happen. We're gonna be shocked, and this whole world is gonna give birth to a better place full of no war, of peace, of everyone will be healed. All the righteous people will come alive again. That's why we don't get cremated. Our bones come alive again, and good things happen. One second, I'm reading.
Well, I see what Josh says. First of all, that he's coming next Sunday. That's very
Great.
exciting. So
Jerusalem. We just were in
that's
Jerusalem. I love
fantastic.
Jerusalem.
Yeah. If you need ideas of where to volunteer, we can try to look up a
Yeah,
little bit.
yeah.
But we're happy.
We could be in touch. Give me your email anyway, because I can send you a Shabbat.
About religion. Let's just say like this: there are a big number of Jews that are still
You mean
not,
Israelis?
yeah, Israeli Jews that don't have so much of a connection to a religious lifestyle because they became a major part of the Jewish people became secular within the last 150 years.
Okay.
Part of that was, I believe, in order for us to actually have the guts to come back to Israel, despite the fact that it meant that we had to do all sorts of things that are not easy to do when you're busy trying to observe all the religious laws.
Yeah, you have to clean out
we are working
swamp.
on it. It's part of the process.
Yeah.
It's part of the process. There are many amazing Jews that don't really know what their Jewish background is, but they're doing amazing, tremendous things.
The best
for the land.
The best thing would be
and,
both.
And serving
the
the army,
yeah.
cultivating the land,
and learning
building.
Torah and learning spirituality.
Right. No, I'm about those that are not.
Oh, that are not
specifically
right.
or not.
Right.
But
okay.
so there's much to say also on this topic, and there are people that I've like myself that have discovered their Judaism and their Jewish roots later on in life.
In schools, they teach them like a history lesson. Like, hi, today we're going to learn it, right? Am I right?
Yeah.
It's not like they're like, let's say Shema,
schools,
right? So they learn the Torah stories, but they don't learn the spirituality behind it. Just like I was in America, I learned about for my bat mitzvah how to speak Hebrew. Learn how to read Hebrew, and I read my Torah portion. But I spiritually, I can't even explain. It was empty. I didn't know why I was doing it. It was boring. I just maybe everything's like that when you're a kid. But anyway, and Josh Play, he wrote, he learned that the Jews do tshuva, meaning they repent, whatever, and come back to God and goodness. The Mashiach can come early and miraculously, but if not, then he will come slowly on a donkey by the year 6000.
Something like that.
Yeah.
Something like that. But let's make clear that teshuva does not only mean
returning.
That returning. That teshuva comes from the word return, lashuv, to come back.
Not repent.
Doesn't only mean doesn't mean that we'll all become religious, because there were certain times that most, like 95% of world Jewry were religious and were living in the diaspora, and that's not when Mashiach came. In fact, we saw very, very harsh, terrible things happen to Jews. Teshuva also means coming back to the land, coming back to a purpose.
Teshuva means return.
As being ambassadors of God on earth, and not just keeping privately the mitzvot like we spoke about before. We have a bigger mission here of teaching the whole world how to become a better place.
Yes, and saving you. It's about save each other. If we do something wrong, tshuva doesn't mean you go to someone to save you. It means, okay, what am I doing wrong? How could I fix that? How could I change that? How could I be sorry? How could I go to the person and say sorry? It has nothing to do with someone else saving you. It is us saving each other and ourselves with God's help.
Mary Nee Smith wants to get the book. Okay, so we will definitely.
Which one? There's the what's it called?
Yeah. We'll definitely put the link.
I'll put a link
to those.
Yeah, when I'm done with this video.
I'll see if I can find it. Right.
I'm reading something. 1 second. I heard. Yeah, if all Jews keep 2 Shabbat in a row, I heard one, which is intense. Yeah, I heard that too.
I heard too. But there's a funny story. There's a funny, almost like a joke story, that all the Jews decide that they're gonna, all the big Jewish rabbis decide that they're going to finally bring Messiah. They're going to force God to bring Messiah by getting all the Jews around the world to keep a Shabbat for 2 Shabbats in a row.
Right.
And everybody's like on board. And even people who are not religious, they get convinced, and like the whole Jewish world is keeping Shabbat, except there was this one grandma in Russia still living there that she lit the Shabbat candles, but a bit after sunset, and the whole program's fallen. And then so they decide, okay, fine, so we'll do the next attempt, which is to if all the Jews do not keep Shabbat. Okay, no, it gets complicated. Forget that part. Anyway,
no. So the question, I have a question because I always ask: could non-Jews keep Shabbat? And this might be our last question because it's 11, and we got things to do. Sleep.
You got sleep or something.
Okay, so can non-Jews keep Shabbat?
Right. So to answer that question,
what is Shabbat?
There's 2
first
parts.
Of all?
Okay, so first of all, understand what Shabbat is. Shabbat is a special gift that was given to the Jews to once a week join God, so to speak, in what He is doing for the last almost 6,000 years. God created the world in 7 days, and on the 7th day He rested. Now we don't hear any mentioning in the Torah about that day ending. So one of the understandings is we're in that 7th day. God is resting, and He is keeping Shabbat. And once a week we get to join Him in that keeping Shabbat.
He created the world in 6 days. On the 7th day, Shabbat, He rested. So that's what we do all week. We work, we create, and then on Shabbat, we don't cook something new. We cook everything before, we create before, and now it's finally time to enjoy what we created all week and worked hard for.
Right.
Just like
now,
God.
An idea of a resting day on its own is not really a problem for somebody who's not Jewish to keep, but in order to really keep the Shabbat, you have to either convert to Judaism or you have Noahide in front of non-Jews will not actually keep Shabbat fully, but
even if someone's converting and they're learning Shabbat, okay, in the conversion process, every Shabbat, and they get a call, they get their door, knock, the converts here, okay, and then could you help us turn on this light? And they go, sure. So they're excited to break Shabbat in a way to help people, right? To help instead of just because they always have to break Shabbat because they're not Jewish,
right? And then once you are Jewish, then you have to keep that law fully. But it was a special it's sort of like in many ways. So we're sort of Jews are ambassadors, kind of like what happens on Shabbat. So we're slowly like bringing the world to that place. That's sort of our job.
Amen. I have one more thing to say about Shabbat. I don't think I remember. Anyway. Okay, we're reading your stuff. There's so many rules to Shabbat that even someone who keeps Shabbat probably doesn't accidentally not keep Shabbat, because there's so many things. You can't cut toilet paper. You can't accidentally, to pick something out of your food that you like or don't like. It's like, so much. So I think it's actually great that non-Jews take one day, whenever it is, just to turn off your phone for 24 hours. That's not keeping Shabbat, but that's, trying to get a rest. It's part
really
of Shabbat, right?
That's really what it like.
It's just relax. Don't work.
For sure.
Be with your friends. Be with your family. Be with yourself. Have some silent. Be bored. That's when you can hear your heart talk in your mind of what you really want in life. It's very important. So Shabbat doesn't have to mean 39 things that God says not to do. It could be a soul rest for yourself.
It's interesting that historically we were mocked by the Greeks for for observing a day of rest.
Okay.
Because the idea back then was how can you rest when there's so much you could do? You could be making more money, you could be building more stuff, you could be accumulating more wealth. So you take a day of rest, you're pushing yourself back.
Right.
But nowadays, over the last I would say even 1,000 years, there's been like a greater and greater
awareness
of some sort of the importance of like taking a break, not just to sleep, but to really have like a day of rest, and that's something that on its own might be
so
part of the way that the world is slowly walking towards a better place. That that we understand the importance of that sort of connectivity.
Right, and the question is, where does the 7-day week come from? We understand a month comes from the moon, and the sun and the solar comes from the year, but a week is so random, and that comes from actually God saying that's just Shabbat. Did you know, fun fact, recently China had a 10-day week, okay? And they just changed it, I don't know, maybe 100 years ago, to 7 days, okay? So it's joining, or 200 years ago, but that's a long time, thousands, okay?
Right.
But they just joined the God's week instead of the 10-week, meaning it's a divine day, like 7 days, okay? Anyway.
Shalom, Cliff and Linda is separately.
Linda,
so,
hello.
Cliff,
Yes,
you say you
there's
have a question.
And whoever wants to be in a rally, leave your email of a tote bag that I drew of the 7 species of Israel.
Right.
Leave your email in the chat so I can email you and get your address to send you. I use this, I wear it everywhere. It's a good quality one.
By the way, we might have to end this soon because it's getting quite late here, but anybody who has questions that you want to post, you could send them to Leah or send them in the comments.
Yeah, comment here. It's easy
and we can do this.
Questions.
We can definitely do this again, question and answer, either from questions that were posted or from things that you want to ask now, and we'll be happy to make another live sometime soon.
So Cliff, we're waiting for your question. Hurry up because we're tired. And then we'll do another song.
Or we'll keep it for next.
Yeah, we can also keep it. Or Aylam could do a song and then we can answer. Let's do one more song on the way out. Any what's it called? Let's do
requests?
Shabbat.
Okay, fine.
Any requests? If not, we're just gonna.
That's good. That's a good one.
I don't know how to play this. I just tried. Linda, okay, so Cliff's question is, are you following what was said by God through Moses, that there is no forgiveness of sins without the shedding of blood now? How are you forgiven if there's no temple?
Oh, perfect question. Thank you for asking, Cliff. So it actually says later on in the prophets, we are paying off the rams that we would have been bringing in the Holy Temple with our mouths, through our prayers. So it's understood by the sages that during the times that we do not have the temple, there are certain times in history that we did, and there's times that the temple is laying in ruins, and in those times, our prayers are coming instead of the sacrifice.
3 times a day, instead of going to the temple, you go to shul.
In the morning and in the one in the evening, we actually say a whole bunch of prayers, of mentionings of the sacrifices and
also
how they were brought.
On Shabbat too.
Correct. Yeah. And all that is also like
we didn't forget anything. We're being reminded every single day. We talk about it, and that is in place of the temple is ourselves.
Right. Also, like in a general quote to that, it actually can wrap up with the rest of the things that we were talking about, is that a lot of what we do in Judaism, a lot of the mitzvot have to nowadays have to do with commandments, have to do with reminding us about our glorious past and leading us into our glorious future.
Yeah.
Meaning we, like, for example, we wash our hands for bread, not because our hands are dirty so much as we want to remember what it was like on the temple,
and what we will do
that the Kohanim, the priests, would wash their hands. We want to remember what we're going towards. We practice
every day. 1 second.
Yeah.
Josh says, I want to go to Hebron. I heard it's dangerous. What's your opinion? Okay. We just went to that area. We heard that there's a new road that is crazy. I wouldn't say everywhere in Israel is safe, but the reality is, people can say it's so dangerous in Israel, but the reality is really dangerous in America because assimilation has killed millions of Jews. So as much as it's, quote, dangerous in Israel, terrorism, it's not as bad as America. So you can go places. There's a new road to Hebron now. That's very there's a lot of security.
There's a lot of security there right now.
There all the time. If you want me, Yishai Fleischer, we know him. We could be in touch with him. He lives there and gives tours. Maybe he can help you. Okay. Oh, the new road.
The new road. So
there's a new road to get to Hebron, and it's much faster and hopefully safer. And there's a lot of security people. And I know a tour guide there. His name is Yishai Fleischer. So if you want to have a safe, awesome tour guide,
Simcha
Hakbam. We know people that live there. So let's see. 1 second. So anyway, leave your emails here or on the comments because I want to send a gift to you guys. Also, I have an art shop. If you want to go there and get something nice for yourself or as gifts, it's a Jewish or for everybody art shop, and I give 15% of my shop sales to helps wounded soldiers and families in need in Israel. So
you could also put that.
I'll put the link down below too, so you can check that out for the holidays coming up. I just drew table runners and things like that. Fun for the holiday.
For Rosh Hashanah coming up. Yep.
Rosh Hashanah. Anyway, so we're done, and we love you guys very much.
Yeah. We're still waiting for your email address, Josh, so we can send you that gift.
Put your email here or email me. You can email me at, oh no, it hurts. Okay, we got it.
Yeah. Okay.
That's good. All right, we gotta go. Our kid just woke up. Bye, guys. You guys are the best. May God bless you with a good, happy life. Oh, I think our daughter has. Okay, love you guys. Bye.
Did you hear us?